How to sell on Amazon in 10 minutes? Here's the ultimate playbook. Are my videos a little bit boring? Yeah. Is my voice a little bit irritating? Yeah. But I do share with you the best Amazon FBA knowledge out there. Why do I know this? Because I've been selling on Amazon myself full-time for over 8 years, been in some of the highest level masterminds, coached in some of the highest level masterminds, and worked directly as a service provider and consultant with some of the highest level 8, even 9-figure brands. And I don't have a paid course for $9.97. I actually have a free course linked down below if you want to learn how Amazon FBA private label works and the playbook to succeed in 2024 and beyond. But for now, I'm going to give you a watered down version. I'm going to tell you exactly how to sell on Amazon in 10 minutes or less, all the steps required that you need, all the best resources. So let's hit the ground running. So before we do anything, we need to open up an LLC, but I recommend not going with a super mainstream company like LegalZoom. I recommend going with a company that knows Amazon sellers, knows e-commerce, because they're going to be able to tell you the best way to incorporate your business, what you should classify as in your taxation, sales tax, and every other thing you can imagine. Historically, that has been incorporating as an LLC that is taxed as an S corporation. Nevada Corporate Planners are the company I go with. This first part's going to be a little bit boring. It's all about the foundation, but it is 100% necessary. The next thing we're going to do is apply for business insurance. Go to Next Insurance. These people know Amazon sellers. Then they can give you general liability insurance that we need for Amazon, that Amazon now requires as of late. The next thing we're going to need to dial in is our accounting and our bookkeeping. Again, not exciting, but necessary. Amazon is very complicated. E-commerce in general is complicated, but Amazon is even on steroids because of all the 50,000 different fees, charges that we're hit with. You have two options. You can do it yourself by combining QuickBooks and A2X, as you see on the screen here, or if you want a done-for-you service, the number one option will be Ecom Balance, where you can get your bookkeeping automated and done for you for a monthly fee. The next thing you're going to want to do is come up with a brand name. If you don't already have a product, you can either do that. You can either come up with your product first or your brand name first, whatever kind of is the general cycle for you. Again, it happens differently for everybody depending on where they are in the process, but eventually you're going to need a brand name, and the best way to find an amazing brand name right now is ChatGPT. Don't pay some expensive service or some freelancer or expert to come up with your brand name for you. Either do it yourself in amongst your team or your friends, or just use ChatGPT. Keep it 1 to 2 words maximum. Keep the syllable count low because you don't want a mouthful, especially when you take into consideration your Amazon product title. You only have 200 characters to work with, and you don't want to take up all that space with your brand name. The next thing you're going to want to do is trademark your brand name. You must get this trademarked, or else you will not be able to apply for brand registry, which you need as an Amazon FBA seller if you want to do this right. Trademark Angel is the mainstream solution. If you want the private solution, in my opinion, the best solution, my free course has that down below. Now we're going to need to come up with a logo. Canva, number one best option. It's $12 or $15 a month for the pro version. I think it comes with a 30-day free trial. No brainer. Canva can literally replace all of your graphic needs. They have all these unique templates to choose from. You can just interchange it with your product, your information, your brand name, your fonts, your colors, and you can just make it your own. We're then going to want to have a simple one-page website if you don't already have a Shopify store. Just a simple one-page website. We need something to be indexed on Google. So when people are on Amazon scrolling through your product, and they can open up a new tab, Google your brand name, and they can actually have a website they can go to. It communicates trust. If your brand doesn't have a website, people are going to be skeptical. The second reason you want a website that looks legitimate is to contact Chinese suppliers, which we're going to get into. You need to position yourself as an authority before you contact suppliers, or else they're going to treat you like a chump. We need to open up an Amazon seller account, going to sell.amazon.com. This will incur a $39.99 per month fee for a professional FBA account. Once we have our account opened up, we have all our banking information. That's one thing I didn't mention at the start of the video. This company right here, another reason I like to go with them is because they are the experts in regards to business banking as well. as well as if you're a foreign seller or are not a US resident. This company can tell you exactly how to structure your business, how to open up your LLC, how to do everything by the book. All right, once we have that foundation set up, we have our business formed, our insurance, our bookkeeping, all that good stuff, our brand name, our trademark. What are the top software tools that we need to hook up to our Amazon account to get the most out of it from day one? In my opinion, there are 4. Number 1 is Helium 10. This is an all-inclusive Amazon software. It can do literally everything from keyword research to product selection to review requests to creating Amazon attribution links. When it comes to all-in-one Amazon tools, it's either going to be Helium 10 or Jungle Scout. I choose Helium 10. The number 2 tool that you're going to want to have is Board, extremely inexpensive, and this will act as your Amazon dashboard because Seller Central, quite frankly, is a nightmare to look at on a daily basis. It doesn't give you the most important data that you need as a seller. Seller Board does, and we can manage our inventory more effectively from here. It's literally like $10 or $15 a month. Third, you're going to need a PPC tool. Amazon PPC is the backbone of your business. It's the number 1 driver of paid traffic and sales to your Amazon business. And with that being said, you need to be able to splurge a little bit in this department to get the top tier cutting edge technology to back the pay-per-click. For that, we're going to go with M19 as our number 1 option. This is the most advanced AI PPC technology available on the market. It is pricey, but it does come with a free plan if you only have like a few SKUs. Lastly, you're going to need some sort of refunds or reimbursements software. Amazon every year has thousands of discrepancies with sellers in terms of refunds, FBA fees, shipping charges, all of these millions of fees that we're always hit with on Amazon or even being credited by Amazon. There are always discrepancies, and it's impossible manually for a human being, for us, to keep track of these, to reach out to Amazon, to open 10 cases per day in our Seller Central support to get reimbursed what we are rightfully owed. That's why these reimbursement softwares are a thing, and I go with Getita because they are probably the most reputable in the industry. They cost nothing. It's completely free. Therefore, it's an entire no-brainer. All they do is take 20% of whatever money they claim you. So for my brand, for example, they get us an extra several $1,000s per year, and they just take 20% of that. But it's no skin off our back because we would have never seen that money to begin with. The next thing we're going to have to do is select a product. Perhaps the most important part of this entire process, in my opinion, it is the most important, is product selection. If you get this wrong, no matter how good you are at PPC, no matter how good you are at keyword research or listing optimization, none of that is going to matter if you don't select a product that has the chance to be successful. Luckily for you, I have a 15-step SOP that has been refined over 8 years of Amazon selling that literally has a 80 to 90% success rate. This SOP is yours, clicking the link below to the free course. Next thing we need to do after we pick our product and we know what our product is going to be is we need to run some numbers. How much is this going to cost us to launch? With all the fees, all the PPC, we take the suggested bid that we're going to have to pay for Amazon to acquire a customer with PPC, our cost of goods, the Amazon fees, the referral fee, the refund percentage, which is generally around 2%, we can actually know exactly what our break-even point is before we even launch the product. This gives us clarity. This gives us confidence when we are actually spending money on PPC, and we can then spend hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars even confidently because we know what goals we need to hit and what numbers we need to reach. All of that can be calculated using this spreadsheet, which is also in the free course. After our product is all selected, the numbers look good, we need to find a supplier. 2 options. Well, 3 options, I guess, because you could technically source in the USA if you sell a health supplement, a beauty cream, something of that nature. But typically, you're going to source overseas, and for that, we're probably going to go to China. So number 1, you could use a sourcing agency like Panther Group. Panther Group is an all-in-one Chinese sourcing partner. So basically, you tell them what product you want, then they're going to go out and find all the suppliers that are the best, most vetted, and meet your exact criteria. It's actually a lot easier than trying to do this on your own, but it does come with somewhat of an expense. Second option, go to Alibaba yourself, find a supplier that can source your product, and what you're going to want to do is reach out to them using my exact reach out templates and negotiation templates here, link down below. These are battle tested over years of experience. They plain work. Once we have our product, our supplier, all that good stuff, we need to actually create the listing within Amazon to then send a shipment in. Every single Amazon product, every ASIN needs a unique GS1 barcode. You got to go with GS1. Yes, it's the most expensive option, but it's the only option that is TOS, Terms of Service, compliant. If you want to play in the gray zone, the black zone, if you will, you can use speedybarcodes.com to get a second-hand $5 barcode, but that's not the way to go. Go with GS1, get your barcodes there. Next thing we're going to want to do is create our Amazon product listing, our title, our bullet points, our description, our images, our back-end keywords. Well, what if I told you didn't need to hire a freelancer, an agency, or even really do it yourself? All you need is AI and Amazon keyword research. I have created the best custom AI in terms of creating Amazon product listings called HelioScribe. If you go to ChatGPT, go to the custom GPT store, you will see HelioScribe, and all you have to tell it is, I want to create an amazing Amazon product listing. I have trained this tool, this AI, with the best cutting edge Amazon SEO techniques, tactics, fundamentals. I've even incorporated the full list of banned keywords that you cannot use, or else your product might get flagged and banned off the Amazon platform. You can incorporate as much or as little information as you want. If you're just lazy and want it to do the whole thing for you, literally just copy and paste your top Amazon competitor link from Amazon.com in here and tell it to mimic this listing. It'll completely rewrite the bestseller with all of the best considerations in place and make a completely unique listing for your product. Best way to do it is to upload the competitor reviews, your own features, your brand name, and let it go to work that way. One of the last things we might want to do is add a video to our listing, as Amazon has told us point blank that adding a video to your listing will increase your conversion rate. For this, I like to just use a super cheap AI tool called Flicky. Flicky AI produces the best quality AI video for the price that I have seen. All you have to do is copy and paste the Amazon link to your product into Flicky, and it'll actually make a video for you. Once you make the video, you follow all of Amazon's guidelines in terms of what they want and what they don't want, and then you can edit, include images, take out images out, change the music. You can do whatever you want, but Flicky is your go-to. Once we have the listing dialed in, we need a post-purchase funnel. When a customer buys your product on Amazon, it's going to come in the mail. They're going to get it, look at the nice label. They're going to see a QR code, hopefully, if you do this right. They're going to see a QR code. It's going to say scan for free product, and they're going to scan that QR code. It's going to go to a separate landing page like the one here, and it's going to ask them to put in their email address for something of value. This way, you get the customer's information outside the Amazon platform. Amazon doesn't give us the customer information, the email, the phone number, none of that. Now they're your customer. You can market to them outside of Amazon. This whole post-purchase funnel that you see right here, this 3-step funnel, is yours. One-click share to your account down below. Next thing we need to do before we start driving any traffic or paying for any traffic to the listing is get a couple reviews. For that, we're going to use friends and family and or Amazon Vine program. Recommendation on Amazon Vine. If your category, your niche, has like a really high average review rating, like 4.6, 4.7 plus, I wouldn't bother with Vine because you're playing with fire. Why? Because if you get like a 4.0, you're going to be way below the industry average, and you're going to have a tanked conversion rate compared to your competition. That's why I always advocate to get into niches that have a 3.5 to 4.5 average review rating, because you have room for error. After you get a few reviews under your belt, you're going to want to run strategic sponsored ads purely for the sake of launching and ranking to the top of the search results. For that, we're going to follow this formula or just use M19 as I had mentioned before. This entire SOP down below. After we are cruising on Amazon, we're raking in dough, hopefully, you're going to want to quickly think about diversifying your portfolio onto TikTok Shop, onto Walmart, maybe opening up your own Shopify site. TikTok Shop, in my opinion, is the future, and that's the place to go first. Walmart is actually pretty good for us at the moment. We're doing quite a lot of sales on Walmart, and it's really, really automated. But for the highest ceiling and just potential and the way things are going with vertical video, people shopping, scrolling on social media, integrated shopping feed, TikTok Shop is the way to go, so you need to be familiar with that. And that's a wrap. That's exactly how I would go about selling on Amazon start to finish. That was a mouthful. If you want more detailed videos on everything we covered, all the resources I mentioned with special deals, all the SOPs, all the templates I mentioned, even access to me via private Discord, link down below, free course, nothing to lose, no matter what level you're at. Beginner, intermediate, advanced Amazon sellers can benefit from this. I'll see you on the inside.